9:28 on this Wednesday morning. A little ahead of schedule this morning, but it's about this time on Wednesdays we chat a little bit with my go-to guy when it comes to things legal. I'm talking about Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. It's Ask the Lawyer on Kicks Country 92.9. Now, would you please help me welcome attorney for the injured, Bruce L. Scheiner. Good morning, Bruce.
Hey, good morning, Todd. How are you doing this morning?
Actually doing very well. How about you and the whole crew?
Oh, the whole crew's doing great. It couldn't be a nicer day here in Southwest Florida, and I'm happy to be here and be alive.
Very pleasant weather for the past couple of days. I'll take more of this if we can get it. And I'm trusting that you're still working to move forward with the plans of reopening the office, right?
We are. We're working forward to getting people back to the office.
But in the meantime, nothing is being missed. No I's not being dotted, no T's not being crossed, because you're working remotely. And you can accomplish so much, even in the law, you can accomplish so much remotely, can't you?
You certainly can. I think we're as efficient as ever. We're getting our work done. We're, moving cases forward and helping our clients.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I've got somebody that needs some help here with a question that I'd like to throw out at you. It's a little on the complicated side, but I'm sure you can handle it. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Today's email reads, my wife was shopping at the supermarket. As she was looking at some canned goods, an employee was pushing a cart with cases of soda, and he ran it right into my wife, causing her to fall and break her hip. She was hospitalized and required a hip replacement. The store has denied liability because it was not an employee of the store that ran into her, but the local soda vendor who sends their employees in to stock the shelves. The store manager has given me the soda distributor's name, but they refuse to return our calls. Is the store correct that they are not liable? Can you ask your lawyer what we can do? Well, you came to the right place, sir. Let's see what Bruce thinks of this situation. What do you make of this?
Well, it's another great question. I think, first of all, the main focus would be the company that the soda vendor worked for, because it was that person that caused the harm. But also, I think the store has to provide a safe place to shop, and they need to make sure that any vendors that come in there are proceeding in a safe manner. And obviously, if this guy ran his cart into a customer, it wasn't very safe. Obviously
not. They didn't in any way train him about store safety procedures or anything along those lines, from what we were kind of kicking around behind the scenes here. So you think there might be some liability on both parts?
Yes, sir. And it's amazing the number of cases that we've been contacted for where just the exact same thing happened.
Really?
Either a store employee or a vendor. They're just not paying attention. They're too much in a rush to get their product on the shelves, and they're not paying attention to the most important thing, which are the customers that have a right to shop safely.
Right. Well, it occurred to us, too, what you've got is a situation here, and these are the kind of situations insurance companies love, really, where you've got two different companies that are pointing fingers at each other, essentially.
Absolutely. And, I think they're, as I said earlier, they both have their own responsibility.
Sure, yeah.
But they have to be very, very careful when they're delivering these goods to the store.
And they have to be very careful how they handle things at this point as well. The store manager gave the soda distributor's name, and they're refusing to return the calls. This is where you go. This is where you end up if you try to go and handle it yourself. This is where a legal professional such as yourself and your associates, Bruce, can break through that logjam, right?
Absolutely. We send them a letter and wait for their response. If they don't respond timely, in appropriate cases, we file a lawsuit, and that'll certainly get their attention.
Certainly. Absolutely. And a hip replacement is no slouch bit of surgery, that is something that's very complicated and can be debilitating and certainly painful. Is there, and that's the other thing we always like to ask, is there an avenue for pain and suffering here?
Oh, there's a tremendous area. And, unfortunately, there's some horrible statistics that broken hips are one of the chief causes of death for the elderly.
Yes, very dangerous. So there's a lot to pursue here, in other words, but nothing that the amateur can do on their own.
That's correct.
All right, Bruce, thank you so much for helping bring some clarity to this, because we were all muddled up on it. It's good to know that there's somewhere to go with this, and I hope it brings some peace of mind to the email writer. Again, as always, thank you for your time. Please say hi to the crew and to the family from all of us here at Kicks Country.
Well, thank you very much for allowing me to answer this very interesting question, and I look forward to speaking with you again next week.
Absolutely. Take care, Bruce. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Let's give it up again for Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured, and the answer to this week's question. Now, if you find yourself in a similar situation and somebody's not returning your calls, they're pointing fingers at each other, that kind of thing, please call the Port Charlotte office of Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Get a consultation, get a free consultation, and know exactly where you stand. The number's 941-743-7777, 743-7777, and tell them that Todd sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.